Alright guys, feeling me, back more Revelations soon on. It's 3 still,
really subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Janelle was blocking whatever's going to unfold the rest of the season. Having Janelle there
Kiri told
was
me I might
just
see you.
blocking it. And
You
while
find what you
know,
were
people
looking
were
for?
really excited
I
to
believe
have her on the
so.
season, she really wasn't delivering
This is one of
that
Altair's
much
5
excitement
keys.
to the season.
A strange
Is that
artifact.
fair to say? Am I going to get dragged for saying that?
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I think you're gonna get dragged for it.
It is
what
like
did she
nothing
do?
I have
I
ever
mean, she
seen.
was trying to rally the
should
votes.
keep
She
it
was
somewhere
trying to like
safe.
cause people
At our
to
headquarters,
wake up on
see.
the other side of the
I
house.
will.
She never had a clear picture of what was really
What brings
happening.
you this
I think
way?
Memphis did her
I
a
am
little bit wrong. I know
coordinating with
that
our
the
allies
chat,
today.
because I said
The
Memphis
thieves
wasn't
in the
the problem.
bazaar,
He wasn't
the
the problem,
mercenaries
but he
near the
was
arsenal,
a problem
and the
for her
Romans
because he
in the
didn't
Constantine
necessarily have her
district.
back. He was
You are
just someone
spread
who
a bit
wasn't
thin
actively
yourself.
targeting her, but did not
Let
have
me
Janelle's
speak with the
back
Romanis
and care less
myself.
if she went home.
Oh
Obviously,
fuck, I
like you
forgot
can
about
tell
the
tonight
Pokemon
during the
section.
eviction votes,
That
so many
would
people
ease my
came in and
mind.
said, I vote to evict the legendary,
you are in a
iconic,
hurry,
amazing
you may
Janelle.
travel by a
Memphis
network
literally
of
goes in there and is
tunnels.
like, I vote to evict
The air
Janelle.
down
Like, he
there is
doesn't
a little
care, he
foul,
doesn't care
but
about Janelle.
the
So
rats
I
are
think
no
that might
bigger
have
than
been a
dogs.
little bit of a problem, but
Have
overall,
fun.
like, I think
Grazie.
she performed about
So yeah,
as well
I
as
mean,
she
after
could. She
his
got
Brotherhood
second place in the
video,
HOH competition. We were 1 point away from her, like, breaking
I
this
guess
season.
next up
We
will
just got a little,
be,
we got a little unlucky with the breaks.
Yeah.
And I also think that if in the beginning she had more huge targets, more winners, more
Right.
like the Dans, like she would have had people that she could hide behind at least, and then maybe be able to like rally her troops
What is
together.
this mission?
I think
I
that
really
because
don't
she was
remember.
just such a big, flashy target, that everybody was just like, oh, we can all go against
Why is there
her,
Sophia
and
in
it was
there?
just very
Only flashy target.
Why would
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
remember
will
that?
say though, on the other hand, like the fact that she was one of few big targets in the house was almost why Tyler didn't go after her. I think that if there were other big targets in the house, that isn't necessarily a good thing for her. It makes it easier for bigger targets to
Not
let
when
her
it's
go
real.
when she's not with them.
And I'll also say this, okay? To Janelle Nation, I will add, I do believe Janelle will play again. I do believe that at some point, and who knows, maybe sooner than later, if
I
you
could
know,
see
we're
this being
unable
the end of
to get
Janelle.
any sort of scripted
Not
TV
because, like-
production back on a regular schedule.
Just because, like, I don't
and,
really see them
and not for
bring back
anything. I'm
Legends
watching
of
all
the
these
game
previews
too
for
often
all
at
these
this
different Tyler Perry shows that are able to film, because Tyler Perry has got this whole campus in a bubble. If there was ever a time when Survivor was going to get some advice from Tyler Perry, it'd be how to shoot a season.
Yeah, I could see
But
Janelle in
digress.
Survivor, though.
I do believe
But,
that we
wow.
will see some point down the road, mark this time, we will see Janelle play again. I think that they'll do the celebrity length season, 3 weeks, Big Brother Legends. I believe that will happen.
Here's the problem. I think that maybe that was on the cards. I don't know how down for that even like Dan and Derek and them are for it.
They wouldn't play for 3 weeks. 2 weeks?
I mean,
weeks? They would
Dan has been
14
talking
days?
about like the vitriol and the negativity running in this season is even just toward him, who's not even playing for, let's be real, no good reason, has kind of turned him off.
I mean, if they gave
Oh,
those
cry
guys
me a river.
100K, 3 weeks,
Yeah. Come on.
they do it. Come on.
Like, dude, this isn't even that bad. Like, yeah, we complain about some stuff that's happening. We're mad Janie went home. We're mad this stupid alliance doesn't have any people of color in it. Like, I mean, I'm all mad about all that shit, all right? But like everything else, like, I feel like this is par for the course. What's Dan complaining about?
Well, he's been
Did
thrown in with
you
us.
see what was happening online
Yeah,
the
like,
first
the
week?
first
of the game?
week, yeah, because he like stuck his nose in and got in pre-gaming with Memphis, and he did help Memphis a little bit. So own your shit, Dan. Sorry. Yeah.
You know this for a fact?
Well, like, man.
This is what I'm talking
Karen.
about. This is what I'm talking about.
Yes. You really think that Memphis went into the Big Brother house and did not talk with Dan Giesley? Really?
I think he probably did, but I'm not going to trash somebody. And
I'm not trashing him. I'm just saying
I'm
own
saying
it.
you did. I'm saying the internet did.
Yeah, everybody relax, okay?
Well, you know what they might do instead? Maybe they'll give Janelle and Kaser their own little reality television show. Because honestly, I've been crying for all these tribute videos, and I'm like, oh my god,
Ah, shit.
this pair is
What?
so amazing. So, I mean, if they take that, the audience loves that, maybe put that together and make a show. Maybe
All right,
that's
pitch me,
something.
Chantel. What's the show?
Two unlikely friends meeting in a reality television competition
Yeah,
game
but what are
show.
they doing now?
It's gonna be their lives with their kids, and something
No.
like that. Like,
Game.
I mean, they're not together.
Well, or she joins him and he joins her, and they kind of share each other's lives.
I have seen
they
happier
have, like,
men
noted the
together.
fact that,
Crap-wise
Janie and
else.
Case are,
So yeah,
you know, like, after
I
7,
didn't want to talk
they
too much
talk
schedule
about
Years
it.
worth
They
of
say
coins
stuff
from
here and
us.
there, you know, on the internet. But
yeah,
they
Janie
have
Rice is
not
actually the best
connected in
batch
real
of
life,
the
and
batch of videos I'm going to be working on.
Centuries.
Hey,
My
like,
people
Right off the
have
bat,
been
first video of
slandered
the year
and
next year will
insulted,
be
labeled
my
witches and
Fallen
warlocks.
Angel one from the first
So
Survivor.
be it.
Like, let's
We
Which is
will not
also
run from
just
the
happens
lies
to be my
anymore.
200th video also.
Here's the show.
Encourage these rumors, for it is better to be
And Kaser
infamous than
moving
ignored.
together, two families under one roof, and they
Here is
legally
my
adopt
plan.
Howie.
Every man who touches that chest of coins must die,
What about James
but
Ryan?
discreetly,
Joint custody.
as if cursed by a
I'm all
pagan.
for it.
I would watch it.
The Romani
I was
curse
watching,
becomes
I was
our
watching
So that's the
blessing.
first video.
Perhaps then
I
people
currently
will
have
leave
the
us be.
Circle
And I was watching,
Season 1
Howie
retrospective and
Kaser
the
and Janie in a room
Jeff
together
Probst
after
Nightmare
Kaser won
season
HOH.
videos scheduled
Like, they
for
were just- they were the original
January
dream,
as
man.
well.
Like, I'd be
Those
all
are
down
done
for that.
already. And then after that,
let's go ahead and
like the
talk
rest of
to
it is our
Katie,
videos I need to work on.
is
So
and remember the new but first. Good question. Is and remember the new but first.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Ched Moonves. And remember, be kind.
I did forget.
Yeah.
I
So
know, when I was
bad.
on podcast this week, I forgot to be kind. Be kind.
It's definitely a
Yeah.
Like, she's got to sign off.
I like the implication that, like, what she said, like, you already know this. I'm not telling you anything new. Remember this, because you have forgotten, or you
Yeah.
may have forgotten.
Like, all you had to do is
game?
be nice.
It won't let me move. Okay.
That's it. Okay? Yeah, alright. Okay, let's take another question. Everett.
I don't
says,
even know what the
Zenzo
fuck I'm
playing
doing right
solo.
now.
That Janelle.
Oh, yeah, I'm
doesn't even know
doing
his
the
name.
fucking reminder
Well,
quest.
she forgot the name of her housemate of 20 days. Yeah, Darren, it's not like his name is Mike or something so forgettable. His name is Enzo.
Yeah. It's,
Meow meow.
look, she was just evicted.
Yeah.
She's talking to an obsessed fan. Other things.
Just freaked out. Overwhelmed. Yes. Okay. Then Ryan says, what do you think is more likely, Boston Rob returning for another season of Survivor, or Janelle returning for another season of Big Brother?
I think
You know,
Janelle.
I've said that I think Janelle will play again. I'm pretty sure Boston Rob will never play again. Does anybody on the panel disagree with that?
I could see
opinion?
Boss Rob playing again in
I
like
do not
10
disagree
years,
with
or
that. I
in
think
5
Rob
years or
will
whatever.
never come back to
But
Survivor.
I
and
feel
I
like
do
it's so
think
much
he
more
was-
likely
Redemption
Janelle.
Island.
I mean, he's already proven himself. He already played the winter season. Like, I just think he's done. I really do think he's done.
I think you'll see one of Boston Rob's children on Survivor.
I think
one
that's
day.
true.
I would say look into that in about you know, God willing, 6-7 years. But if Boston Rob's done, he's not playing Survivor again.
Yeah, but Janelle, I do think could come back to Big Brother. Like her fan, her status, I think maybe took a little bit of a hit in 14. Like she, you know, she didn't do a lot, and she was unceremoniously evicted. You know, by better players than her. And this season, like she was constantly
Same thing.
the underdog. Like there was never a point in time where people weren't rooting for Janelle. So I do think that it helped her out a little bit. I mean, I kind of forgot how much I love Janelle, to be honest. And watching her this season, it's a real gift.
Chazelle, it's been a tough year for our returning faves. It's been a tough year for a lot of things.
And I know, like obviously we're just talking about Survivor 40. Like I was like, I had so high hopes for seeing Poverty and Rob, and then now this. I just had to realize that what I want to see is not necessarily what is meant to happen, and just
Okay, so,
enjoy the
also for next
because
year,
I would watch the feeds
I
of
do
Janelle
have
just
the
doing nothing,
Big Brother
cooking for all
Canada,
these people, whatever. I'm like, I just enjoy her
runner-up
presence.
ranking.
And so I am grateful that she
Okay.
came back.
Actually, I just realized I forgot to put the fucking Amazing Race
Race
runner-up ranking.
I
Yeah.
can move on with the season and maybe find somebody else that I might
I'm really,
like a little bit.
Chantel, I'm really hoping that there is a punishment at some point for Franzel where Janelle comes back into the house, because Franzel's so petty with Janelle. Did you know that Janelle made cookies, I think it was yesterday or the day before,
Yeah, I didn't.
where she made cookies in the house,
Should
and
I schedule it?
Nicole Franzel did not want to get the cookies herself because she didn't want to give Janelle the satisfaction that she was eating her cookies, so she had Ian go and get the cookies for her
Yeah,
and
let's
bring
do
them
it.
back to her bedroom so that she could eat the cookies and didn't even think Janelle. That's how petty she is.
I watched it. I was really annoyed.
What kind of cookies were they?
I couldn't tell.
Butter.
They said it was buttery. They said
Yeah.
it was buttery and really tasty.
Put some chocolate chips in those cookies. Come on. Is she a have-not?
She was when she was cooking them, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
she was.
maybe. Maybe that was my
If her friends will made her the have-not, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick the person who
Yeah.
I think hasn't done it and talks about me, Janelle.
Yes. Oh, by the way, yes. Do we think that we will get Kaser making Nicole Franzel a have-not tonight?
100%.
Yes,
Yes.
that will happen. That will
Yes.
happen.
This
Okay.
is for Janie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Just do
So-
it, Kaser. Like, because I think, like, if Kaser was a better player, he's not. But if he was a better player, I think he would not do that necessarily to Franzel and say this is for Janie. But I do think that he's gonna do it, and I'm really hoping we get to see it.
Do you think Nicole will cry?
Okay, then we got
Hope so.
my Survivor
That'd be worth crying.
winner ranking,
Like, somebody actually-
revisiting my winner
somebody did
rankings,
something to you.
which I
Everything
think
else
I'm
you bring
gonna
up
end
is
up
fake
doing
stuff.
yearly.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
Let's take another question.
I think it matters if we gotta have
Navarra.
multiple seasons
What
of
do you
Survivor.
think the new room will be?
But if we do have
Now,
multiple
Taryn,
winners to
this
add to those, I think
I
I'll do
would've
that
thought
yearly.
you
But
would've hinted
for now, I'm
at-
just gonna name
okay,
it
and then
normal
on
revisiting
Thursday,
my
we'll
winner
reveal
rankings, but I might
the
add like a
brand new
2022 or
lobby
2021 to it.
of the Big Brother house.
If I do
We
decide to
didn't
make
get
it yearly
anything.
thing. After I got my Hitman 1-2 review, which Hitman 3 still doesn't have a release date, does it? But I already talked about this before. Hitman 1-2, I do plan on playing those games next, as I do want to do a video on them.
What the new thing is. Okay. Brent Schoenfeld, do you have any theories on what the next
Oh yeah, I haven't
hour
talked
will be?
about that. That fucking Gamescom was today, and that was
If we get a
bullshit.
good HOH,
Literally
that's
did
gonna
not give
rock
a
the
shit
house.
about
I'm
half
sure
the shit
whatever
there.
comes up is gonna screw that up. I know that for sure. That's how things work in the Big Brother house.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, okay, if they're not going to use this room for them to be locked away and then they're going to come
Can
back
you
and
not?
they're back, then
Come
obviously
on.
we're going to get the person that we want
Damn.
out. They're going to be going to that room and then
Fuck,
they're going to be
let me
coming back for the
target
battle
him.
back and coming right back
Oh
in.
my god, she's
So,
gonna get in the way.
with Brent, I don't
Oh,
think
well,
we're going to get what we
okay.
want, and so I hate twist again. So
Yeah, I will say Reddit has been
Still no
long
actual
thinking
date.
theoretically like,
Oh, never
what's up with
mind.
that room? 'Cause that room is
I guess we got a
absolutely
good
huge.
date today.
It's big enough for someone
Okay.
to live in.
January
Like, they're
20th.
thinking, production made this
Oh
whole room for,
fuck,
like,
so the video
people
actually
to
comes
live
out on the
in.
day of its
So, like,
release.
people can go up there and play
That's when I had it
competition,
scheduled,
and
so
just
that's
take up
good.
half the room. So,
I mean,
they've been thinking that maybe people
maybe
are
I
gonna
should
get,
have it
you know,
released the week
like,
before.
quote-unquote fake evicted to that room,
We'll
and then have
see.
a chance
I
to
might
play,
adjust
but
that.
honestly, we got nothing about it tonight, so who knows? I don't
It's
know.
not like it's off-site.
Oh,
Like,
what am I
it's
doing?
in a different building. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know.
like it's they just took an empty room from a different building.
Right.
Haha.
They make it look like an
All
elevator.
tricks are always the
Yeah,
best.
I think I'll make it the week
On that
before.
lot right
Be
now.
careful,
I feel like
Ezio.
there's probably very little production
I
happening.
hear
They
that
have their
chest
whole
is cursed.
run of
Where
the
to,
Studio City,
Belladonna?
This
CBS
way.
lot to be able to do
And stay alert.
whatever they want. So, okay, we'll see. Alright, some more questions. Faison says, why
Have you
hasn't
heard
the show
the term
acknowledged the existence
gypsy?
of
Quite
the
often,
two
see.
other real alliances
Did you know that this
Bailey
word
and Davon
was
have been a
born
part
from the
of, one with
misapprehension
Enzo and
that
Cody,
my people
and
are from
one
Egypt?
with
You find it
Tyler.
offensive?
Okay, there's so many overlapping
I find
to
it
fair one,
funny.
Tyler
My
listens.
people are from Eastern Persia and beyond.
Yet,
Somehow we have become citizens of a land we have never seen.
They really like committee.
People are quick to judge and slow to correct themselves.
People are stupid.
Sometimes.
If I thought that they were
Ezio,
doing this on
the
purpose,
simplest answer is
my
always
Okay,
the
then
best.
got casting Big Brother Heroes vs Villains, which that was supposed to be a video for this year, but also ended up being delayed just due to other on-point videos. Then we got the Survivor Australian Outback retrospective, but it's gonna take a while.
It's also it's a lot easier to focus on the committee.
I agree. That's the thing. Yeah, it's like what happened in Big Brother Canada 6, where like there's all sorts of different things happening in the house, and they
You should count
try
it.
and distill it
Make
down
sure
to the
everything
easiest
is
thing
there.
for the viewers to
You
understand,
have our
even if that is not
thanks,
actually
Ezio.
accurate.
And
to
you
what's
can
actually
count on
happening
us
in the
from
house
here
right
on
now,
out.
because the commission
anything.
is one aspect of a
anytime.
lot of different things that are happening in the house
Good
right
to
now.
know.
Like the
If I need,
Connect Four
say,
and,
to borrow
Netflix
some money,
6 and,
I will ask
the
you.
commission and the roots and whatever. But like the point being that they can't cover all of that on the episode. So they have to sort of pick one story that sort of touches everybody that they think is going to be, included in that storyboard.
Oh,
and
God,
then
it's the
use
Massive
it as
Key. That's what the
a,
fucking
proxy
Sophia mission
for
is.
the rest of the things
I'm
that are
fucking
happening in the
idiot.
house.
It's
It's
also
the,
it's more of an old school alliance.
Altair.
We talked about this in the first couple of weeks that Memphis is like trying to merge old school with new school, and And so it is more of a like just regular secret 6-person alliance, whereas the other stuff that Cody has going on are these like nested onion, shapes alliances with different variations. And also the fact that Bailey and Devon are working with Janelle and Kaser is like harder to like understand if you're like, this is the group that's running the house. So it's easier to focus on the committee because they're all not, having these scenes with Janelle and Kaser.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard for the fans to understand that Bailey and Devon are at the same time simultaneously working with Janelle and Kaser, but also have things going on with the majority alliances in the house.
There's that, and then the last video for the month is the Dream Casting Survivors vs. Villains. So, yeah, the entirety of January is already scheduled, same thing in February as well.
But unfortunately, there's a lot of overlapping alliances and stories this season. And it's not
January I did on purpose, honestly, because I wanted to have it scheduled, but February just so happened to schedule it filled up. Like I didn't even try to, it just ended up being the case.
And they get the following week. Chantel, do you feel
so
like
currently I have the Far Cry series ranking, I have the Big Brother runner-up ranking, the Gokaiger 10 years later retrospective, the Survivor, and this will be my 2-year anniversary video, so my Survivor winner ranking, where I mix US and international.
He's getting mixed messages from people, nobody's telling him straight answers, nothing's the truth, he's making his own deductions about some facts and some non-facts, and so I think that with him being HOH,
then we got Catherine 10 years later.
Landscape, or like a vision of what's going on in the game, and so that he might be able to move forward a little more effectively. Right now he's kind of playing blind, and he's making a lot of mistakes, and so I think that if he was in that position again, I think it would be harder for him to advance further well.
I will say that watching him, though, absolutely destroy the first round of that competition, and then, sit there and, strut around and wait for people to get done, that's not going to help him if he doesn't win HOH, because people are going to remember that, how well he did and how much they dodged a bullet
I got 2 videos I've already done,
presumably would beat him in a final round.
Premiere ranking video, which this is the thing, that video is going to be continuously delayed until we actually get a premiere of Survivor. Like, the point of that video was to release it right before the premiere of Survivor 41. However, the problem here is that this is in February. I didn't leave any room for
Taryn, if he could do it, I know you've talked about this in the past about power consolidating around
cast assessment video.
Do you think that he could take this HOH
So
and not have
that's
it
probably a
be
mistake
a
on my end, but what he can do, we'll see
HOH room
what happens there. I might just add another video and just do it. To be honest, I think that's probably what I'll do anyway. There's so many of these videos, that's why this schedule is filled, because it's so many of these videos.
I don't know if Kaser can.
In the words of Janelle,
This is terrible.
Look, I will co-sign that. I would like for Kaser. Yeah, exactly. It would be a fantastic week if Kaser won HOH, but also it would be a fantastic week if he can dodge a bullet here and get his foothold in the game. But what he doesn't want to have happen is to perform really well in the HOH competition and then not win, because that's exactly what happened to Janie, and you saw what happened to her.
okay, alright. I mean, we don't have our...
We do not have an HOH. The feeds are... The thing, the feeds are down right now, and we do not have a confirmed HOH. There is one reputable spoiler out there who typically puts out correct information, but they acknowledge that it is from one source and it is not confirmed by anybody else. So,
okay,
because
let's
of that,
take a couple more questions and then see if we get some more information. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go. Back to.
And yeah, last video of February, as right now, is revisiting my season ranking. So it's actually the counter video, the winner ranking one. So again, the entirety of February is filled. And it's kind of funny because I believe this is the exact same thing I had last year in 2020, if I remember right. Where the entire month there was filled beforehand. Yeah. So it's kind of funny that that's the case again here, but whatever.
Yes. Sure. All right.
Then we get the March, which is mostly filled. There's 2 open spots, both Saturday videos.
Best communicator. That was because I was on the speech team.
But
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
All
I think
right.
I'm most likely to be famous.
He must be
Whoa,
completely
I agree with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I went to art school, so, you know, there's a lot of people doing art.
Karen, you got most likely to. Most likely
You're right.
to.
I don't know. It would have been something like smartest or something like
Smartest. Wow.
Yeah. Look at this panel tonight.
Wow.
And Rob, you?
Yeah, most likely to host a podcast,
Oh,
which was amazing because it was not invented yet. So it was what a shot in the dark. I'm seeing in the chat that they're saying that these live feeds potentially are not coming back until after the West Coast airing. Does that sound plausible?
It would be weird.
it did last week.
because they've been
Oh,
coming out
fuck
sooner than
off.
that.
I never remember that being a thing ever, right?
Like it would be weird that it was that all of a sudden. I think that maybe they're just taking a longer time because they've normally had a lot of time. They've been taping the evictions ahead of time, I believe an hour and a half ahead of time. The
Or
last
the
couple
time
weeks.
was 21.
This time they did it actually live, so they need
Something
that
about
like
that
hour and a half of extra buffer time, and then on top of that, whatever
Fuck.
whatever else they would have had. So I don't know.
So they taped tonight live. It was actually live tonight.
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is from Eden. Do you think that Danny's Hinky Boat plan is going to come back to bite her? We know that at least 3 people knew about the plan. 1 declined to partake. It's
Oh,
only
fuck, I
about
was gonna
time
say
to
let's
put
finish
troops
sequence
spread
3.
around the house.
I just realized,
Chanel, do you think
like, I
that
thought this was the
is
answer
going
because I forgot there's
to,
Sentinel
turn
Part
ugly
2
for
still.
I actually don't think it will. Every time she gets in a little bit of hot water, she seems to be able to get out of it. I think that Devon and Bailey will
markings on
listen
these
to
are
what Danny
familiar.
has to say and will side with
And
her.
then we get the March, which is,
Eventually, I don't think that they're going to come to
okay, as I said, mostly filled. I
Ancient
don't love the
technology.
scheduling there,
They
though.
may disagree.
I'm definitely gonna try to rearrange some things, I
I
think.
don't think they're gonna target her right away. But
Yeah,
the thing
I'm
that's
not
true
liking the
is that
scheduling here, but
Nicole
let's talk through it.
Franzel
So,
wants
essentially we got the
Bailey out of the
Amazing Race
house,
8
and
video,
Danny has
which
wanted
is
Devon
already
out of the
done.
house. And so I don't,
that's coming out early March just due to it keeping getting delayed.
Devon and Bailey
This was originally supposed to be a December video. Or actually, no, it's supposed to be.
About it was like, oh, I went in the diary room and I uninvited her to my wedding. She did that. She uninvited her. And they're like, yeah, you should definitely do that. Like, uninvited her to your wedding. And then like she went in the diary room, she did it, and she did another diary room. She came to it again. Like, this is the end result of her couple of takes to the diary room.
Yeah, she definitely didn't land at all that slap. I'm also wondering, why did they show Danny? Like Danny was kind of saying how she wasn't the kindest to Janelle and kind of used her catchphrase, which said 5 bitches instead of 5 bitches in her ending, or in her thing to Janelle. So I'm wondering why they didn't show that.
I'll probably she said by right bitches.
Danny Villain had it on Wednesday, so that would have tied right into it. And it was that tonight.
Danny strikes me as the kind of person that would have come in knowing about the strategy of saying trash talk people like goodbye messages, and she might be starting that early. You know? Because it doesn't make sense.
Falling through that herself.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense to start claiming that you're saying bad things about somebody in goodbye messages at jury because people will see through it. But if you've been saying it all along, then it might
Another step, and your mentor dies.
Okay, why don't we do this? Let me tell you about what's coming up on Rob's podcast, and then,
You will not
we don't
leave this
have any,
place alive,
the
traitor.
by
No,
then,
you
then
misunderstand.
Let's, discuss the potential
I am no
rumor. Does
traitor.
that sound fair? That's fair.
For I cannot betray those I never truly loved.
Then you are doubly wretched, for you have been living a lie.
Here's what
And it's so weird that Cass Anvar now is
if anybody's been
known
following
for having
Tough as Nails,
sexually
we've been doing weekly recaps with the host
assaulted
and creator of Tough as
women
Nails,
and
Phil
everything,
Kogan,
so that's depressing.
Jess, Mike Bloom, and myself as
Why not share what you have learned with everyone, like a proper assassin? Why not share with your brothers the true extent of your ambition? Where is your sense of
and what's kind of novel
fraternity?
about Tough as Nails is that they stay in their teams the whole time. This is a prize for each team. That part of
Another
the
good
game,
man dies
ended
and still
Wednesday
you
night,
say
something
nothing.
like that, with
I am
Phil
surprised.
Kogan. Oh,
You taught me many things on Warwick, but patience was not one of them. Speak now, or I will cut out your tongue that you may speak no more.
On the verge of potentially ending because one team was, on the verge of losing. So what are they going to do now? Like, how are they going to fill their episode? Is it just all individual?
There's one episode left. It's the 2-hour finale, and it will determine the individual winner of it. There's basically like 2 different games going on in Tough as Nails.
You see Altair there just walking
All
around.
right. 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, and The Other Way. Please, Achilles back
You
to
put
talk
too
about
much
what's
faith
going on
in the hearts
over
of
on our
men,
90 Day
Altair.
Fiance wrap-up
Templars know the
over
truth.
on robswebsite.com
Humans
and
are
find out
weak,
why Richard
base,
won
and
Survivor
petty.
Borneo, David Bloomberg, and Jessica Lewis.
Our creed is
We'll
evidence
talk
to the
about that
contrary.
as we wrap up our Wiggle Through Time series this week. Of
Perhaps
course,
I am not
Rob
wise
and
enough
Keeping
to
the podcast
understand.
will be back this week and
But
talk
I
about
suspect
Murder
that-
Mystery, the Netflix film
And then,
from last
as
week.
of right now, I still have scheduled a 20-year later retrospective of Memento. I think more than likely that seems like it'll be okay. I'm not gonna fully cut it right now, because I still think there's a chance I do it, but
Aaron, look at
I'm
that
not
little picture of
as
you. You look
convinced
like 12
about
there.
doing it.
He shunned your graces.
From like a year ago.
was his
I
rank.
know. Okay.
Altair, I have watched you grow from a
Alright,
boy
so,
to a
Terry,
man
you do
in so
vampire
short
facials?
a time. It fills me
All
with
the
as
time.
much sadness as pride.
Amongst other vampires.
You fit your father's shoes as
Then I
if
got
every
my
nail to your
season
body.
ranking, US Fit plus International. Again, kind of
not
just
know
to
him well
coincide
as
with
a
the
father.
winning ranking we did the previous month.
I've never done it, but
Then we got the Life
I've
is
seen
Strange
a lot
retrospective,
on,
which,
You too were
shows that I
born into
watch,
this
I
and
mean,
I'm
if
intrigued.
Hitman doesn't turn out, that video
I
will
regret
be
the
bumped
only
up.
life I've ever known.
Really, to be honest,
Alright.
as of right now,
If we
I'm
don't
kind of
find a
thinking
way
I'll bump it up
tonight,
anyway.
And it
Uh,
will be up to you to choose the
I'm
path.
not really, like, I don't know, the Hitman video, I've been thinking about canceling for a while, to be honest. I'm still gonna give Hitman a shot, and if I care enough about it, I'll bump it up, but I'm kind of thinking, like, even if I do, like, come out of it, like, kind of just, like, okay on it, I think I might just cancel the video anyway, just because I feel like the Life is Strange video feels more personal to me, while the Hitman video just feels like something I'm just doing for the sake of it.
Friday morning, 11 a.m.
I'll still play it, though.
Yeah, I'll need to cool down from.
I do think at the end of the day I will probably cancel.
Yes, and Taryn, you're gonna be on the interview with Janelle. Please, just like give her the distilled story of
They
what really
contain
happened.
recorded memories, these keys.
Yeah.
These ancient seals.
Where are we on at 20 minutes? Alright, I guess we will finish Sequence 3.
Yes, I wonder.
He needs to know that, actually.
What does he
Yeah.
want the
Tarek,
future
can you
to
tell us anything
know?
about the Saturday
or to learn?
night roundtable live?
We will be talking about the Legacy Watch. We'll see what getting voted out in third has done to Janelle's legacy. See how that's shifted the standings. See if Danny continues to free fall. And we'll have a fun guest on with us as well.
Okay, alright. Be on the lookout for that on
Yeah, that, and then the last scheduled video is the Persona 5 retrospective, which I still want to do.
Sorry.
Yes.
I snooped.
Okay. Alright, Sunday night we'll be back live after the episode. It'll be at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Be on the lookout for that.
The Persona 5 retrospective I'm just going to do after playing Royal. That's the plan. And that's another thing, if the Life is Strange video gets bumped up to January, I think the video that's going to replace the Life is Strange video is probably going to be my top 10 games of the 8th generation.
this
I
for
want to do that
Survivor.
video.
I'm gonna do it for Big Brother for the rest of the way. I'm gonna go live with a Big Brother pregame show about an hour or so before we get to our Thursday night episodes. I'll start that next Thursday for the patrons of Robin's Podcast. If you want to jump on, it's a great time to become a patron of Robin's Podcast. We're gonna do our patron cast on Friday. I'll be taking calls for about 5 hours or so from our patrons. But my pro tip is that, hey, wait until the start of the next month. Wait until September 1st. So they don't charge you twice when coming on board. So hope you join us the rest of the way for all of our Big Brother content. RobsWebsite.com/patron. All right. Should we talk about rumored spoilers? Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Rumored spoilers coming up.
The Office of Civil Defense has issued the following message. This is
A spoiler.
warning.
A spoiler.
Warning
And
means
the news of the
actual
traitor Valley.
against this
You
company
found
has
it.
been detected.
We found
And that
us,
protective action should be
Two of our
taken.
brothers kidnapped
No
from
fun.
this den earlier
I
today.
still don't know where
Now
my
Valley
kids
is
look at.
demanding that we hand over our property to the
Um,
den.
All right. I don't know.
Yeah, so
where
2
we're
Saturday
at.
videos there.
Negotiate with
With Phil,
landlords.
I don't know what they'll be just yet.
Them down.
Rumor
We
and
eliminate
innuendo.
them.
Then we should split up and search
We don't
Galata
know.
now.
Okay.
We have little time to waste.
All right,
Like,
Sarah-
I'm kinda
Sarah
thinking-
Bridget,
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's got to be bigger ones. So,
38 minutes ago, if you're watching closely, you would have seen my face drop. And that's because I saw a tweet by Hamster Watch that said, possible spoiler. I usually wait at least 2 reliable sources, so this is unverified, but I've been told Enzo won the HOH.
Okay. All right. This is bad.
This is bad because
Bad for Queso.
yes, that's the thing. Like there were a lot of people in the house that I do not think would target Kaser. Unfortunately, Enzo is one of the people that might. It seems likely too. Enzo is like the biggest hype man for his group of people and doesn't want to do anything to upset the balance of the apple cart. So I think
it's
that
funny
there's a
that
chance that he might
Enzo's
go
never
after
been
Kaser.
in church.
The only real question is who does he put Kaser up against, and is is it possible that
How do I just do that
Enzo
without
is
being
HOH,
without
that
being detected?
whoever's up against
I've
Kaser,
never done that before in my
we've seen
entire
this
life.
more enticing
I'm not gonna
target.
okay, I must have, but I don't think I've done it that way.
Really good.
Yeah, because I didn't really,
Part of the
yeah,
HOH
since the full snake, I
competition.
might have slipped on it because I've 100% the game before.
That's not gonna help
But
him.
again, I don't think I've done it that
I feel
way
like that,
though, where it
you know,
literally
this
just,
is not
okay,
a
what the
foregone
fuck game?
conclusion just because that if Kaser is Enzo's target, I mean, this is not a scenario where Kaser and Janelle will both go off on the block. There's still the veto. He still has the opportunity to campaign this week. Would this be maybe? Is there a chance he can survive the block?
That's really
I
unlucky.
think there's a chance he can survive the block. I just assume he's either going to be put up beside David or put beside Kevin. He's not going to ruin his relationship with any of the rest of the girls that are in the house. He's in pretty good
Do I
position
not
with
have
all of
Madison?
them. So
Oh,
those
what
are
the
I think
fuck?
it's going to be a combination of those 3 people. Maybe he'll try to backdoor Kaser or not put him up right away, and so to maybe create some favors in case he wins the veto, that type of thing. But I think that
I don't know why I just didn't do
David
this earlier.
and Kevin are in the biggest danger.
Best case scenario, I think, for an Enzo HOH would be something like, he puts up, Kaser and David or Kaser and Kevin as initial nominees, and the paranoia of what Danny has been up to in the house tends to spill over and fester
Yeah, I
a little
mean,
bit between
overall,
himself and Cody
March
and Tyler,
as it
and they
is
eventually
isn't
can
a great
convince
month. It's a pretty
Enzo
weak
to
month.
backdoor Danny and make
Those
a
2 other videos will
house,
probably more than likely
do
be
it for
Survivor
Enzo's
videos.
resume.
I think probably
that
during
is a
casting.
long shot, but it is one out of the realm of- look, it's
I
not
don't know
out
what
of
the
the realm
fuck
of
next
possibility after the events of this
casting
week.
video was.
Especially after
I
the
guess
events
Old
of the
School
last
versus New
48
School.
hours.
Was that the next
So I
one?
do think that there's a small chance.
Well, it'll be Jim casting the next one. And then the other Survivor video, not entirely sure will be.
I back Torio, and how it should be done in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's definitely in the realm of possibility, but it's also a move that just doesn't make any sense for
Yeah,
Enzo,
makes no
or
sense for Enzo
Cody,
to do.
or even really for Tyler at this point. It's still a bit early for that. If Enzo puts Danny up on the block, she blows all of their stuff up, and that's not good for anybody.
What about Ian? Would he be any potential danger on Enzo HOH?
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yes, very much in danger. I could see Ian being a very definite potential backdoor.
Okay. Alright,
It
well,
weakens Nicole, and Enzo is not not a huge fan of Nicole. Enzo also is like, we gotta get these winners out, yo. We can't have a win in our season, yo. That could definitely be
That actually worked.
Yeah, actually, that might be one of the few people like Kaiser could survive the block
to draw
against.
assassins away from our headquarters.
He
He will be on his way there now.
Even though Franzel obviously would push hard to keep Ian, I think that other people might be a little bit more threatened by him.
I'm really not getting attacked right now.
I want to see how the house guests feel after Kaiser performed so well in round 1 of the HOH competition.
And how about Bailey and Devon? Would they be safe on an
They're
Enzo
safe.
HOH?
That should be safe. Now, Enzo is a huge fan of Bailey, not a huge fan of Devon.
Yeah.
But just like the fact that he's a fan of Bailey means he can't put Devon on the block without losing Bailey, which means I don't think he'll do it.
Okay. Alright, yeah, that was the only good thing. Like, Chantel, for real, if Enzo was HOH, the one good thing, because there were a couple of possibilities tonight, you know, Christmas, Ian, who might put up Bailey and Devon, or I don't think Ian would have done that, but he might have gone after one of them. I think that Enzo being HOH, if he is, our girls are probably safe. And there were a couple different ways they could have gotten home. So probably safe, and I think that the one thing, and even though that Enzo is not a big fan of Devon, I do think that he thinks that Devon trusts him, and I do think that that is true. I think that, don't you think that Devon trusts Enzo?
Oh, I think she trusts Enzo.
Yeah.
Enzo thinks that she trusts him.
Alright.
They've been joking around a lot. I think that they do have some sort of trust in there. So yeah, I think they're gonna stay.
Enzo was the guy beating the drum the hardest just a few days ago about why is she upset about the safety suite thing. I
forgot about that. That was such a non-thing, though. Whatever. Yeah. I guess it could be bigger in his eyes.
You are a canny soldier, Enzo.
I was gonna say, do you think CBS is kind of like worried? I think 9 out of 10 competitions have been won by the men in this season, and the first 3 women that have been exiting the game have been like it has been women, not like a combination. Like, I feel like optics-wise, it's not good.
Fine worry.
Give an F.
Yeah. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I think they sort of look like, okay, are we on the TMZ today? No? Okay, we're doing fine.
I also think that that's another reason why Danny might be safe this week, because 3 women have left the house. I think that more than anything, they're going to want to get a guy out of the house, just so they can diffuse this possibility of a guy's alliance. So that might be something else to keep an eye on.
And I beat this drum the hardest that I think they need to change their competitions. And I am concerned about the current state of competition wins, but mostly because I'm worried about what's coming in the future. That like if the end game competitions are like they were last year and the year before, then we're really screwed at this point. But what they've given us so far has been relatively fair. A lot of these competitions. This one looks like it could be won by anyone. The previous couple looked like that. There were a couple that were leaning toward very physical players, and even specifically the first one was obviously leaning toward men, with where they had to put the ball.
I am now in possession of one of the master
and that I think is a problem because
better still,
I expect a
I've
lot
discovered
more
a
like
map,
that. And when you get unlucky
encoded
these
with
even
signs
ones
and
that
symbols,
also go to men,
which I
and when
believe
they're
will lead me to the
evicted, then
remaining
we're likely to
keys.
win them.
Its full
It starts to
meaning
become a
is
problem,
a mystery to
but
me.
so far, I will
But I am
say
thankful to have met a Venetian woman willing to help me decipher it. I must not overstate my successes. The Templars still hold one key hostage, and if I am to recover it, I may need more help than the assassins can provide. If I can make a friend in the Ottoman court, my access to the secrets of the city will improve
how
greatly.
physical these competitions are going to be, but it remains to be seen. Okay. All right. Until we find out for real.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there. Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing more to really speculate.
Yes.
I just like this. I hate that they ended the episode that way. Like, I wish I hadn't seen Kaiser do so well, because I was so excited and I was like, oh my god, Kaiser might win this thing. And then I immediately had the thought, I was like, I just know it. The feeds are gonna come back on. And
Alright.
like Cody's gonna be
Next episode we'll continue on. That's probably it for tonight. I'm tired actually, so yeah, well, thank you for watching.
and I just wish that they had cut the episode